Hello everyone, it's Mark Pruitt with Strategic Estate Planning Services. I hope this video finds you well. I have waited to see what the new administration policies would look like, and I've said it 1,000 times that policy matters to us as consumers. We now have a glimpse of it, and it's all not set in stone yet, but I wanted to highlight a few of the areas that we see that could help the overall economy. A healthy economy helps the markets grow, and stock prices are a reflection of the private sector profits. Now, as a country, it appears that our challenge isn't generating revenue, but rather managing our spending. And I notice this same pattern in families that I work with every single day. Some of them spend more than they earn. It's not that their income is insufficient, they just face difficulties with managing their spending. Well, it's the same with the government. One example I'll give you is the penny. It cost almost 3 cents to make a penny. Believe it or not, it cost almost 14 cents to make a nickel. Now that's wasteful spending in my opinion, and by cutting waste and abuse and fraud and limiting or trimming the size of government and bringing in more of the private sector to do those jobs, companies can then participate in what we need as consumers, just like they already do every day in our own lives. So what areas specifically do we see as a possibility on the horizon? Well, we do expect and hope that interest rates will continue to come down in the last half of this year, and we understand that increased government regulation can contribute to inflation, as it may raise the cost of doing business, which in turn can result in higher prices for consumers. Energy is a big example of that. Lower energy costs means lower cost to produce and transport goods. And as deregulation occurs, then I would expect to see inflation begin to come down. Lower interest rates also help bring down inflation and consumer prices in areas like car loans, home loans, and overall borrowing. Now, we do expect to see tax cuts to become permanent. At least we're hopeful of that. And as a business owner myself, if corporate tax rates come down to a suggested 15%, then companies can have more capital to keep real wages up. And they can hire more people, they can expand and market their own business better. And the current policy wants no tax on Social Security, for example. And if you again understand history, Social Security was not taxed until the 1980s. And so current policy simply wants to bring it back to where it originally was. And this again may help people have more money in their pocket to spend. Also, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime are all ideas that have not happened yet, but if those policies are put in place, they too could put more money in consumers' pockets to spend. Now, some people are concerned about tariffs. So if you look at history, you will see that tariffs normally do 3 things. 1, they provide revenues for the government. They also help to make trade more fair because many countries do not trade on an equal scale tax-wise with us. Many times the U.S. is charged way more than we are charging them. And tariffs help to level out that trade-wise. Trade taxation has now been ordered to be like for like. If we are charged 5%, then we charge them the same. Now, countries around the world want Americans to buy their products. I can promise you that. And tariffs are great negotiating tools, and we have already seen it play out live in Mexico, Venezuela, Honduras, Canada, as just examples. People say, Mark, you have to get the tax from somewhere. Well, this is true, and the bottom line is the following, and key in my opinion. It's a mix of all the areas mentioned above that works together like an orchestra, where each part works within the whole, and in the end provides the American people the ability to have more money that they can then spend and infuse back into the economy. So if you think about it, if we have no taxation on Social Security, we have lower overall federal taxation to each family, we have less regulation, we have lower energy costs, lower interest rates, less government spending, more private sector involvement, then all of these areas can stimulate the economy and create more opportunities and revenue for ourselves and our nation. Now, all of this is not going to come without bumps in the road, but this is what we see regarding how current policy will affect us all. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Now, for those of you that have questions about reviews, please be aware that because our client base is growing, we need to space out the reviews throughout the year. Now, you'll be receiving reminders and notifications in the month you onboarded with us in order to schedule that review. Now, of course, if you would like to meet earlier, you are more than welcome to call our office and schedule your 1-hour review with myself or with Lamar or for Justin. With all of that said, we're looking forward to spring. We hope you are too. And always remember, when it comes to your money, it pays to be strategic.